Hello everyone, welcome all to Physics with Astronautics. So in this session we will discuss about some previous year CPET examination questions, physics question. So let's begin. Here is our first question of this session, and the question is: the circuit in the given figure is a DEX gate. And the options are positive logic OR gate, negative logic OR gate, negative logic AND gate, or positive logic AND gate. And here is the second question, that is a FET is a DEX? And the options are current controlled device, low input resistance, voltage controlled device, or is always forward biased. And the answer will be voltage controlled device. Then our next question is: the half-life of a particular particle as measured in the lab is 4 into 10 to the power minus 8 second. When its speed is 0.8 c, its actual lifetime is. And the options are 3.4 into 10 to the power minus 8, 2.4 into 10 to the power minus 8, 1.4 into 10 to the power minus 8, or none of these. So let's see what will be its solution. Here is its solution. We know that it has been given in the question that the half-life period is given as 4 into 10 to the power minus 8 second when its speed is 0.8 c, and we know from time dilation that T is equal to T naught by root over of 1 minus b square by c square. So by putting all these values that has been given in the question, we will found that T naught is equal to 2.4 into 10 to the power minus 8 second. So our answer will be 2.4 into 10 to the power minus 8 second. Then the total energy of a particle is precise twice its rest energy, its speed is. And the options are 0.866 c, 0.64 c, 0.36 c, or 0.2 c. So let's see what will be its answer. We know that the total relativistic energy is given by E is equal to gamma m naught c square, and the rest mass energy is equal to E naught equal to m naught c square. And here it has been given in the question that E is equal to 2 E naught. So by putting all this value or equate these two equations, we can found that gamma equal to 2. And again we know that the gamma equal to 1 by root over of 1 minus v square by c square. So by putting the value, we can found that V will be 0.866 C. So the answer is 0.866 C. Here is our next question, which is: if a particle of rest mass m naught moves with speed c by root 2, then its mass would be. And the options are root 2 m naught, root 3 m naught, root 5 m naught, and root 7 m naught. So let's see what will be its answer. We know that m equal to gamma m naught. Again we know the value of gamma, that is 1 by root over of 1 minus b square by c square. And again it has been given that the particle moves with velocity c by root 2. So by putting the value of v, we can found that m is equal to root 2 m naught. So our answer will be m is equal to root 2 m naught. Here is our next question, which is: the amplitude of simple harmonic oscillation reduces to 1 by 3 in the first 20 seconds. Then in the first 40 seconds its amplitude becomes? And the options are 1 by 3, 1 by 9, 1 by 27 or 1 by root 3. So because here it is a damped oscillation, so we can write A is equal to A naught e to the power minus lambda t, where A is the amplitude. So as it has been given in the question that the amplitude reduces to 1 by 3 of its amplitude in first 20 seconds. So by putting the value, we can write that ADX is equal to A naught by 3, that is equal to A naught e to the power minus 20 lambda. And by solving it, we can find the value of lambda. So as per asking in the question, in the first 40 seconds the amplitude will be, we can write A is equal to A naught e to the power minus 40 lambda, and by putting the value of lambda we can find that A is equal to A naught by 9, that is 1 by 9 times A naught. So the answer will be 1 by 9. Then here is our next question, which is the wavelength of light coming from a distant galaxy is 0.5% more than that of coming from a source on Earth. So what is the velocity of the galaxy? And the options are 1.5 into 10 to the power 6 meter per second, 3 into 10 to the power 6 meter per second, 3 into 10 to the power 6 meter per second, or 1.5 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So let's see what will be its answer. We know that del lambda by lambda is equal to V by C, and here it has been given in the question that del lambda by lambda is equal to 0.5%, that is 0.5 divided by 100. So we can equate this value with the V by C, that is we can write V by C is equal to 0.5 by 100, that is equal to V equal to 0.5 by 100 into C, that is 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 3 into 10 to the power 8, that is equal to 15 into 10 to the power 5. So the answer will be 1.5 into 10 to the power 6 meter per second. Then here is our next question, which is a 2 kilo electron volt electron enters a magnetic field of 5 into 10 to the power minus 4 Weber per meter square. If the radius of the electron path is 0.303 meter, the value of E by m of the electron would be, and the options are 4.71 into 10 to the power 11 C by kg, 7.71 into 10 to the power 11 C by kg, 1.74 into 10 to the power 11 C by kg, or 1.74 into 10 to the power minus 11 C by kg. So here is our solution. Because the electron is moving in a circular path in a magnetic field, so we can write that centripetal force is equal to magnetic force, that is mv square by r is equal to qvv. So here we can find the value of v, that is equal to qbr by m. Again we know that half mv square, that is kinetic energy, half mv square is equal to qv, where capital V is the potential energy. And again from here we can find the value of V also, and we can put the value of V in this equation, that is Q by M is equal to 2V by B square R square. So by putting all the value as given in the question, we can find the value of E by M as 1.74 into 10 to the power 11 C by kg. So the answer will be 1.74 into 10 to the power 11 C by kg. Then here is our next question, that is if the Bohr orbit of the hydrogen atom, the total energy of the electron is minus 21.75 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule, then the potential energy will be, and the options are minus 43.52 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule minus 21.75 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. The next option is minus 10.88 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule and minus 13.60 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. So let's see what will be its solution. Now we know that the potential energy is 2 times the total energy. H E is equal to minus E square by 8 pi epsilon naught R, and the potential energy is equal to minus E square 4 pi epsilon naught R. So here it has been given in the question that the total energy is minus 21.75 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. So the potential energy will be twice the total energy, that is equal to minus 43.50 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. Then here is the last question of this session, that is, if according to Bohr model of hydrogen, the ionization energy of the atom in its ground state is 13.6 electron volt, then the energy required to ionize the atom from its first excited state will be, and the options are 6.8 electron volt, 3.4 electron volt, 1.7 electron volt or 0.85 electron volt. So let's see what will be its solution, that is, we know the energy in Bohr model is given by En is equal to ground state energy divided by n square, where n is the number of state. And we know the ground state energy is equal to minus 13.6, so we can write En is equal to minus 13.6 by n square. So for first excited state we know that n equal to 2. So by putting the value of n, we can find that E2 is equal to minus 3.4 electron volt. Again we know that the ionization energy is the energy required to remove the electron. So the energy required to ionize the atom from its first excited state is 3.4 electron volt. I hope you all enjoyed this session. So for more, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.